Hi, I'm Dave Moskowitz. I'm president of the Friends of the East Brunswick Environmental Commission and chair of the East Brunswick Environmental Commission. We're here at the Butterfly Park today to take a little walk and talk about sustainability and gardening. At this small park, surrounded by roads and homes, over the years we've seen almost 50 species of butterflies. Monarchs, tiger swallowtails, various skippers, red-spotted purples, black swallowtails, spicebush swallowtails, just a huge number of butterflies for a small park. And it just speaks to the concept of if you build it, they will come. And so that concept is great for your backyard. Think a little bit about letting some small part of your yard go a little bit wild. You'll be amazed at the kind of biodiversity that can come into just a very small area. So this little stretch of the Butterfly Park, I think, is a perfect example of what you might want to try to do in your backyard, of course, maybe on a smaller scale. A few things about sustainable gardening that are important, and maybe just around your yard anyway. Limit pesticide use. There's times when you might need pesticides, but really try to use it as little as you can. Think about planting native. Our native plants like Joe Pyeweed, this beautiful purple flower, milkweed, this is the host plant for monarchs. The yellow goldenrod that's here, all native plants and all perfectly designed to withstand drought and the weather that we have in New Jersey. They also are magnets for lots and lots of pollinators, so they're really important. So limit pesticide use, think native, and think diversity. The more diversity you have, the better. Something like a lawn, everybody wants to have a beautiful front lawn. It's like a desert of biodiversity. There's nothing living there except maybe some earthworms under the grass. But an area like this with all these different plants mixed in is going to attract all kinds of wildlife. There's a really nice patch of goldenrod here. Give you an example of how showy it is when nothing else is really flowering late in the season. But you can see all kinds. Here's a beautiful wasp on it, beautiful blue wings. And if you were to just stand here for a few minutes and watch, you'd see just all kinds of biodiversity, all kinds of insects coming in and out. And of course, those insects support birds. And so everything builds on everything, but we have to start with creating a habitat. A little patch like this in your backyard is going to have the same kind of activity. Different species probably in a backyard, but lots and lots of activity. There's kind of a neat beetle. This is a black locust beetle. Beautiful little beetle. We have a lot of things that are flowering now. We have a lot of butterflies and native bees and things that are flying around. They're just, when it gets cold and snowy, they're still here. They're just here in a different form. They're either a caterpillar or a chrysalis somewhere in the leaf litter. They're native bees that are in a little rotting log that are overwintering. It's not like they just disappear. We just don't see them because it's the wrong season. So we need to think about how we manage our yards. We don't want to just remove every bit of leaves that have fallen. Leave a little patch along a fence line. Flower beds, we don't want to clean them out so perfectly that there's nothing for a caterpillar to burrow into or a native bee to spend the winter in, because we have to think about it. We have to think about the habitats all year long. These butterflies and things don't just appear when it becomes summer. They're here all year long. They're just in different life stages, so that's really important. Just think about it. We have, what, 50,000 people in East Brunswick? If we all did a little bit in our yard, we'd have 1,000 times this, 10,000 times this. For anyone that has a desire to help out, to volunteer, or to get more information about this or any of the other programs that the Friends do, annual salamander crossing, the community garden, moth nights, free cycle, we do a lot of projects. We always need volunteers. We always want people who are interested in the community to help out. And you can just go on friendsebec.org, Friends East Brunswick Environmental Commission.org. I'm sure you have plenty. Good luck getting that to 5 minutes.